Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend so far. I normally put on my channel a lot of real estate content, but occasionally I do put out some positive posts, and that's that day to day. So that's what I'm finna do. I really want to talk real quick about a lot of kids and coaches and sports activities and youth programs. I want to encourage any kid out there that has entered a sports program and they feel like they're not being attended to, or a coach doesn't believe in them, or they're not getting some playing time, but yet they're showing up to every practice. They're working hard. They're doing what they're supposed to do in school, and it feels like they're not good enough. I just want to tell you that you should not believe that you're not good enough, because you are. The fact that you take the time to dedicate yourself to a craft that you want to achieve in shows that you're good enough. The fact that you're out there participating shows you're good enough. So don't ever quit based upon what someone's expectations of you are. No one knows your ceiling but you. Only you can dictate how far you go. Nobody else. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they feel. You are the one who believes in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So if you're a kid out there and you're a parent and you have your kid in a sports program, and let's say that coach is not being good to your kid, or you feel like they have favoritism, or they only play the coach's kids and nobody else's kids, and you're one of those parents whose kids is not being attended to and not given a fair opportunity, and they're doing everything they're supposed to, then be an advocate for your kid and talk to those coaches respectfully, and try to see if you can make it work. And if it's not a good fit, then use that as motivation and find a program that will help develop your kid. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of coaches and programs today that forget about the development aspect of kids. They think about win only, and they're not understanding this is not a team you tried out for, like high school. This is not a team that handpicks, selects their players. They're taking players based upon who pays and who registers. That's just the reality of it. So if you're in a situation where you have a lot of kids that register and they're trying to play and they're doing the best they can, then you should reward that kid with an opportunity to get better at whatever sport that they chose. Now, on the flip side, if you're a coach, parents, you guys got to be realistic and understand coaches have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of personalities they have to deal with. So if this coach is a good coach and they're not one of those coaches like I was describing before, but they're actually really caring about the kids, they're getting all the kids involved, they're uplifting, they're motivating them all, you also have to make sure you're doing your job at home to complement that. So don't badmouth the good coaches that are out here, or don't put all these unrealistic expectations on your kid when your kid just might not be one of the best kids out there. I've seen that happen. I've been a coach before, and I'm also a parent, so I know both sides. And the whole point of making this video is to make sure that everybody understands it takes a community to make these kids, grow and blossom to be the best they can. If you have a coach or a parent that's jacked up and they have these unrealistic expectations despite what side, no kid is going to be the best that they can. Our goal is to maximize these kids, and sometimes as adults we lose sight of that. We start reliving our glory days through these kids, and I've seen it happen, being real, whether it's a coach or a parent, and next thing you know, it's an overreaction from either side. So I'm making this video in an effort and an attempt to encourage and motivate both sides to do better, not only with their expectations, but their commitment to making these kids in our communities better. Because these kids are a reflection of our leadership. And if our leadership is not great, what do you think our kids are going to be? Not as great, right? So I hope this video helps somebody today. If you're in a situation where your kid is playing sports and the coach is not giving them an opportunity to practice and get involved and be better, then I encourage you to be an advocate for your kid. Respectfully talk to that coach, address the key issues, and say, hey, here's the concerns. If that coach is a genuine coach, they'll listen to you, and they'll figure out a way to put your child in a position to succeed to the best of their ability. And on the flip side of that, if you're a parent and you have a coach that you do that with that's reasonable, you as a parent also have to be reasonable, and you have to tell your kid, hey, you're not one of the best kids out here at this point, because there's some kids that are starting because they're better, right? But that's okay. You don't have to be the best kid today, but if you work hard, you might be the best kid later on this season, and that's what you have to do, is take advantage of those opportunities. So if they're given a fair opportunity and they're given an opportunity to go out there and compete, then it's on that kid to show what they can do. And if they don't do as well, that's okay. At least they had the opportunity to learn, and maybe they'll come back better. The goal is to get better. It's not to make the NFL, the NBA today. It's just to simply be better than you were yesterday. That's it. So I hope this video helps. I hope everybody out there that's doing something with recreational sports, whether you're a coach or a parent, remember, we have to work together as a community to make the kids be the best they can be. I've seen kids quit. My son, I'm making this video because my son is 13 years old and he has not quit, and he's been dealing with that since 8 years old. Okay, it took us 5 years to find a good situation and a good fit for him. He could have quit 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last year, but he stayed with it. So I'm making this video to say, if your kid quit, don't let them quit because of somebody else. If they don't want to play because they decide they don't want to play no more, then that's cool. But don't let them quit because you ran into 1 or 2 coaches that weren't right. There's a ton of coaches out there, and I know that there's always a good fit. You just have to work diligently and find it and do your research. It's hard work, but it can happen. And I guarantee you, if you stay with it and you find the right fit, your kid's going to blossom in the long run and know that they can do anything in life that they achieve and set their mind to. So that's all I wanted to say out here, coaches and parents. Let's do a better job of uplifting all of our kids. If there's a kid who's not as skilled, do not forget that kid. That kid is also important because guess what? That star player you have, if they get hurt, you got to go to your bench. And you're going to have to depend on that kid that you never put in the game. That's why it's important to develop kids, every kid. You know what I mean? And if some kids learn faster than others. I've seen people on my high school team that didn't play basketball right away. And then when they played, they developed late in like their junior year, but they were the best player on our team. It was crazy. They didn't play basketball as much, but because they got opportunities when they did, they developed so fast. It was amazing how they grow because they were naturally athletes. So you never know what you have until you utilize it. So that's all I wanted to say. All right. Much love to everybody. Lastly, again, I'm going to say it one more time, damn it, because I'm passionate about it. Coaches, make sure that you do not forget all the kids, that you do your best to uplift every kid fairly, and you give every kid an opportunity to compete. Sure, the best players are going to play. The goal is to win, but you also want to make sure every kid has an opportunity to compete for an opportunity to go out there and show what they can do. And then if they don't excel as well as they're doing it, make sure they're improving, and that way they feel utilized. And you said, hey, I took you from where you were day one to where you couldn't dribble a basketball to where you can. And that way, that gives that kid confidence. You never know what that kid's going to be in life. That little lesson can go a long way. I've seen it happen before personally. And if you're a parent, don't have the hard expectations on your kid to where you put so much pressure on them to do so much great things when they're just trying to learn. And same thing, don't put the expectations on coaches that are good. I'm talking about good coaches only, that are genuine, that will listen to you, that will try to help your kid. Don't make them feel like they have to play your kid like every single play or every single minute of the game. Because there's kids out there that might be better than yours. That's a harsh reality because you're going to find that out one way or another. But at the same time, be an advocate for your kid in a respectful manner to where, they can go out there and have a fair opportunity to be the best they can and build their confidence. And to me, that's what sports is about. It's community and teamwork, building up their confidence to where we all work together to help each other strive and succeed. So I hope this video helps somebody. Stay with it. Stay confident in yourself. Don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. Much love. Over and out.